Coachpowell42 here, and again, I'm here at Team Zalguera's compound. Here tonight, I'm interviewing Coach, the head jiu-jitsu coach, Mr. Osmar de Lima, from Brazil. How you doing, sir?
Thank you.
I appreciate you, coming in tonight, giving me the time to interview you.
Appreciate
As what I try to do with my platform, with my East County Muscle platform, is to highlight athletes and up and coming programs. That's for direct towards youth, fitness. All those type of enterprises that's geared towards mentoring or just bring some light to what we have to offer in this community. And I came across you by visiting my friend here, Coach Sergio Salguera, and I was like, wow, who's that guy? He said, oh yeah, that's our head jiu-jitsu coach. And I was like, wow, okay. And I saw you all yoked up. I came to watch some sparring, but next thing you know, I see you doing mitts with somebody. I'm like, okay, yeah. And so I started asking questions about it. And then I went to your Instagram.
Yeah, we hooked up on Instagram.
I went to your Instagram. Check out his Instagram. This is a bad boy right here.
The Lima Fight Team 101.
And he relocated here, getting ready to start his own program. So we're gonna talk a little bit about his background and about his program. And so, Coach, man, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, how'd you get here to Antioch?
So I started jiu-jitsu when I'm 32 now, right? So I was born in Brazil, born in '88. Came here when I was 12, 2000. Me and my dad, my siblings, and stepmom, and I've been living here since then. I started jiu-jitsu back in 2004. Started training with this guy, and then 2006 was when I decided that I wanted to fight. I decided I wanted to go pro. It was funny because it was like this. I was training at Fairtax at the time because my friend took me there for some reason, which I think they're closed now. And he says, he called me on Wednesday, says, hey, I got a fight for you on Saturday. I was 18 years old.
And this is your first professional fight?
First amateur fight.
Amateur
fight,
okay.
They were holding that Fairtax, and so I said, oh man, so I called my best friend, I told you, said, hey, go to my gym, you can train there Thursday and Friday, train for 2 days, see how you do. I already had, a blue belt in jiu-jitsu at the time, so, that's one of the, because I had a white, you get a yellow when you're under 16, and then you get a blue after you're 16, So if you're under 16, you don't get a blue yet, you get a yellow belt, if you're a kid.
Yes,
so, yeah. So,
this is jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, just jiu-jitsu. And so when I was 18, I was already a blue belt. So I went on and took the fight, and it was actually, it was the first round. I just submitted the guy.
Wow.
Striking, took him down, went to the ground.
So, okay, no, you gotta give me details.
It was like,
give some details.
This guy, he looked much bigger than me, and I'm like, man, this is a real fight. My first time, didn't train for it,
Wait, you didn't train for it?
Well, yeah, a guy called me on Wednesday. I wasn't at Fairtex anymore. I wasn't training there anymore. He called me on Wednesday and told me that I was supposed to fight Saturday in 3 days.
So
that's why I said I called my friend and I said, hey, I need a gym to train, and he's the guy that that owns the Charles Grace in San Mateo, Cristiano Xavier. And so I went there, trained Thursday, trained Friday.
Fought Saturday.
And fought Saturday. And the thing is, I didn't think I was gonna have a team, but at the time I had a Muay Thai team, Team USA, and I get there, all their fighters were there. I was like, cool, because I had
You saw people you recognized?
Yeah, so I had a corner and everything.
Oh, right on.
So this guy, we started the fight, he gets me in the clinch. He starts to throw knees, I take him to the ground, get past his guard. As soon as I mount him, he turned around, took his back, and I started elbowing him. And then they stopped the fight because it was illegal. It was 12 to 6 elbow.
Wait, so what year is this?
Spine. This is 06.
06.
Yeah.
Because at one time, it was allowed to come down with the
Yeah,
elbow.
but it was right in his spine though. I had his back. So that rule's been around for a while though.
Oh,
12
really?
to 6, yeah. Because if you got somebody on top and let's say their back is on the ground, you know,
Their
you
back
can
is on the
elbow,
ground.
you can elbow them
Okay.
on the eye, and you know, that's bad. And so he stopped the fight, told me about it, so I said, okay.
Wait, so you can't do the eye?
Nah,
You
like
can't?
the 12 to 6, you know, you can hurt somebody.
Okay.
You know, so that rule.
Yeah, because I remember
wow.
I used to watch. Remember when they came out with Ultimate Fighting?
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
late at night.
Yeah, you could do all kinds of. It's like I remember this guy, right? Yeah, I remember he was in a crucifix, and he just
Yeah,
like,
just
elbow
coming down with the
yeah,
elbow.
you gotta remember the 12 to 6 has to be like this. If I'm in somebody's guard,
Is that good or not? Is that allowed or not allowed?
It's not allowed.
12 to 6
not allowed. Yeah, if you're on top of somebody, it goes from the ceiling to the ground. Right? It's illegal anywhere in the head. So, you know, if you're in somebody's guard though, which is jiu-jitsu, you're laying down on the ground, that's not a 12 to 6 if I go like this, right?
Right.
Because now I'm going from here to here.
Okay, because you're laying down.
Yeah, I'm laying down. So
but
that
if you're
changes
standing
things.
up.
If you're standing up,
Or
you're on top of
bouncing on
somebody,
top.
yeah.
Okay.
Then it's a 12 to 6. Then you have to go here, here. You have to turn it somehow where it does not come.
So can somebody come like that?
No, you can't
No.
go. Yeah, you can't go around the rules like that.
But here's
12 to
fine.
6, boom. Here's good. Yeah, here, boom, over, you know, over,
Okay.
uppercut elbow, hook elbow, you know, overhand elbow. That's
Uppercut elbow.
Yeah.
Okay, but not coming
Yeah.
down. Okay, on top of the crown or on the high
So
side.
that's why I was like, yeah. So I was like, this was around the time where the Fairtex fights, they didn't allow hits to the head.
Oh.
So that's why when I had his back, I didn't have many options, right? So, you know, I went straight for an armbar. Boom, finished right there. I went for a choke, didn't work. I switched to an armbar, you know, that we usually do. It's
And
simple.
do you remember what you felt like
Simple.
after
Oh,
getting your
man.
hand raised?
It's like, it's unbelievable because, you know, that's what I wanted to do my whole life. You know,
Okay.
fighting in the streets, bad behavior, you know,
Okay.
before I was 18.
Hold on to that.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So, yeah, that was,
so
it was a
in
good
fact-
feeling. My brother was there, everybody
Okay,
was
so
there.
you had
My
some
dad,
support.
he always supported me. He always did my fights. So it was, it was unbelievable.
All right. Well, that brings me to the next question. What made you transition from street knucklehead to athlete?
It's just, I mean, I figured like, well, you're fighting on the street for free, you might as well get paid for it, right? So, you know, I went, like, I had 5 fights, 2, you know, all those 5 fights were illegal at the time because they didn't have an amateur league.
Oh, okay.
And so they had to do these fights inside these gyms without anybody knowing about it. You paid like a couple $100. You
Well,
have
who
a
paid
doc-
$100?
The fighter, $200.
The fighter
Yeah,
paid
you
$200
paid to fight.
to
Yeah, we paid to fight.
And what was the payout?
Oh, you don't get no payout. You paid to fight, man. You just pay to fight. Yeah, so these were illegal fights. I had 5 fights where I didn't have any other options.
So basically, let me ask you this. I mean, somebody was making money somewhere, so was it
Only the
gambling
promoter.
in the stands?
The promoter.
Was it gambling in the
very
stands?
very small because you had to do it inside a gym or, you know, in a place where the athletic commission wouldn't find out about it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you get shut down or you get a fine. Because
Who gets shut down?
The school, the gym. Like if Sergio were to have hold a illegal, you know, event in here, you know, you get shut down. So you know,
what's considered an illegal event?
event? Well, this is back then. Now they have what's called the MMA Camel, which is an amateur league where you could fight your way and then go pro. To me, I didn't have that option. It was either fight these illegal shows or go pro. So I did 5 of those in about a year or 2, and then I went pro. You know, and so because you didn't have an option, you know, you either do that or you go pro. So I said, okay, I'll do a couple of them. see how it is. And then I did. Then I went pro in 2000. That was 06. That little first fight. 08 I went pro. So 2 years after
So
that.
going back to the first couple of fights. So your first fight, you said you had less than a week to prepare,
Yeah.
and you took it on. How did they even find out about it?
Oh, it was a friend of mine. The guy who took me to Fairtex to train, he's the one who signed me up for a fight.
Oh, okay.
He was this crazy Brazilian guy,
Flavio?
No, it was
Oh, okay.
somebody else. Because when he used to take me to train there, he took me there for like 3 months. I didn't like it because they didn't have gi and stuff, and I'm old school jiu-jitsu, gi, everything. It was Gilbert.
Now, did you do that in Brazil as a
No,
youth?
no. I
So you
started
didn't start
here.
till you got here
Yeah, I
in
started
America.
till like
Okay.
13, 14. Yeah, I got here at 12 until I met Flavio. Then,
Okay.
then I started jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
And so, going back to the first couple fights, it was all jiu-jitsu. And that's when I started, when I turned 18, I started doing striking. Because I knew the game was, you gotta wrestle, you gotta strike. I had to drive to about 4 or 5 different gyms a day just to prepare for a fight, a pro fight. You go to wrestling school, you go to school boxing school, you go to kickboxing school, and you go to jiu-jitsu,
Is it hard to find
A complete school?
yeah.
Very hard nowadays.
Really?
Yeah. Still to this day, man, it's very hard to find a complete school, and so that's why when me and Sergio met up, it was such a blessing because, man, he was really good stand-up school. And, I consider myself a pretty good competitor. I used to win a lot of tournaments, good black belt, and so it was, matched up perfectly, We were like the same thing.
Okay.
Help the community, help these kids, win, get on top, you reach their potential, basically,
You mentioned the commonality that you have between you and Coach Salguera in regards to goals, community goals, and stuff like that. What do you look for in an athlete? I mean, you're being a coach yourself. What do you look for in an athlete?
Well, I have this saying that I have this video they made of me. This guy followed us for like a year, recording us, fights and stuff. The little, kind of like a movie on us.
Okay.
It's called 3 Fights. It's on Vimeo.com.
Okay.
And I said, you can't teach hard. So that's what you got to look for in a fight. You can teach everything, but you can't teach hard. And a lot of these guys, like you were talking about Will is as good as he is because he has heart. He's not the type of guy that's going to give up. He's not the type of guy that's going to, go in and say, this or that, like we were talking about earlier. The kind of guy who's going to go do a competition, a bodybuilding competition. He's gonna weigh his food. He's gonna train hard. He's gonna get his fat down.
Follow the process.
Yeah.
Follow the
Because
process.
you need heart in order to get to the point where these guys get. Like recently, we just saw a guy in the UFC. The promoter saying that he's getting this call. Oh, this guy's gonna be the next big thing. He's 5-0. He's 5-0. He got his butt whooped and quit in the 2nd round. In front of the whole world.
Recently?
Yeah.
Which fight are we referring to?
Man, I do not remember. It was another card. And I was
undercard.
watching.
Okay.
He goes the 1st round, and then the 2nd round, I think.
Was the guy from Brazil?
No, it was a white dude, American guy. And the coach is yelling at him, "Come on, man, come on!" And he's yelling at him, "Come on, go one more round, one more." I can't do it. And he quit. Mostly, and he obviously got let go, and he's probably not gonna get hired again by the UFC.
But do you think something like that is because they put him out there too soon?
Yeah, it could be. A guy who's 5-0, I think it's kind of hard for the UFC. Like I was saying, my back, I was having to have back problems. That's why I stopped fighting. When I was like 9-1, he said, okay, my coach was talking to UFC, get him 10-1, get him one more fight, and then we'll get him to the UFC. But I couldn't get there. I couldn't get to the training camp. and my back just, I have a bulging disc, and so I just couldn't do it. And
so now you got this knowledge you want to pass on.
I got you. Yeah, you go to the next step. You go to the next thing. You teach what you got to others, and you pass it on.
So do you feel you have the capacity to bring what do you call it, find a diamond in the rough?
Oh yeah.
And you can put enough pressure to turn it into a diamond?
I can look, see a fighter and see, this guy's gonna quit in a couple months, or this guy's gonna, this guy's gonna go far, or vice versa. It's really easy to see, after being in the fight game, I've been fighting, in the fight game for 18 years, 17 years. I could tell, man, right away. I could see one guy spar or, train or something, and I could tell, And also the other thing we're talking about is dedication, right? You need heart and dedication. You need two things that you need in order to be a fighter. Otherwise, might as well find a 9-to-5 job,
So, professional fighter, how tough is it to get to turn pro?
It's hard. It's hard.
To turn pro.
It's hard. It's like I talked to you. I said, I don't want my daughter to do it, right? She's almost 2 now, and I'm like, man, it's such a hard sport. It's like, like I said, I had to go to 3-4 different gyms to get the regular training that I needed to go, to be the best that I could be, because I didn't want to just be mediocre. I didn't want to fight in these local shows and then just stay here forever, like what happened, because of my injury. But it's, you wake up, like you have the same thing. I used to cut 30 pounds to fight. Used to walk around, 65, 75. I, fought at 145. And so, you gotta cut weight and you gotta train twice a day. Every session is 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You gotta train Monday through Saturday,
Okay, let me ask you this. So this guy, say a guy comes up to you, he's like, yo, coach, I wanna be a pro. I've been watching MMA, I'm just a big fan, but I think I could do it. So what would you say to that young man? Or young person? I'm not discriminating.
So there's, a couple things that I believe, like depending on the age, like my daughter, right? Let's say if I was gonna let her fight.
No, let's say a 17-year-old boy.
A 17-year-old boy. I would say start wrestling. I say wrestle in high school, because I think, that's one of the toughest sports to go against jiu-jitsu is wrestling. And so, and that builds, hard, a lot of hard work, dedication, and it makes the kid, man, it just makes you really, really tough. You can see Habib, right, and Magomedov. He's 29-0. Right. Look at how he beats these guys, because he came from a sambo background, which is about, how they wrestle.
Throwing.
It's about wrestling. Right? It's like wrestling for us here, in Russia or Dagestan. Right. And so I would say start wrestling, and you find a place like Team Salguero. Place where you can learn how to punch, how to kick, how to do your groundwork, because we have the kids are so good nowadays.
Mimicking what they see on TV.
Yeah. Back in the days, everybody knew one thing. UFC 1, 2, 3. Royce Gracie, what do you do? He was 180 pounds, and look what he did to all those guys. Yeah. Exactly. So, but nowadays, everybody is so up in the game, they know everything. They know everything, basically, because of the fact that they're able to find these, the guys who have already made it there, who's fought a couple times. They have the money to find a good, a good place, or maybe they're single and they move to because of gym, like there's gyms like in Texas, right? Florida. Teams like that, Black Zillions, some of the teams that are like fully prepared to train a guy like that.
So what makes a good team? You
need to have like we have here. We have to have jiu-jitsu, or boxing, kickboxing, and your wrestling.
Well, I didn't mean school. I mean team.
Oh, what makes it?
What makes a good
First
team?
of all, like we said, it's a sport that is you walk in, right? As soon as the cage door closes, you're by yourself. It's a one-man team, one-man sport. But outside of that, it's not. What makes a good team is that you have a good teamwork. You have someone to train with. You have good training partners, right? That are not there to hurt you, and then you can't train for 2-3 months. Because you don't want to hurt your partner because you need them tomorrow to train with again. And I think having that camaraderie and being tight knit, hey, it's us versus the world,
Team.
Yeah, being a good team, partnership, work together, You need help with this, let me help you.
Right.
You got better hands than
Support.
me, let me help. Yeah, exactly. So everybody can bring the whole team up and not just, one person, just all focus on one person.
Yeah, I play team sports, right? Sometimes you have your superstar.
Yeah. And that's
And-
why I hated team sports, because I do the best that I can, but I can't account for the other 10 guys or whatever, And that's why I loved MMA, because I could go in there and it's all, I know that some has to do with the team, but mostly if you go in there and you lose, it's my fault. I screwed up somewhere,
Yeah, nobody else.
Yeah,
You can't blame nobody
No,
else. I mean, you can
no,
say, hey, the ref
no,
missed something.
Yeah,
but-
like what's happening right now with boxing, with Dion.
Wilder.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's making all kinds of excuses, looking like a punk. He lost, and that's it. Man. Take the loss and just be quiet. That's it.
All right.
So it's like, it is what it is,
Okay. Well, hey, you want anything else you want to say about your program and how people can contact you?
Just, we're working on our website. For now, we got Instagram, the Lima Fight Team 101, and same thing on Facebook. We're here at 2640 Summersville, Antioch, California. Man, Team Salguera, they've been, the best to us. They've been showing nothing but love, man. The guys here, everybody, it's just like we clicked so, so good that everything worked out so well. It's a blessing. It's like it was made to be. So, working with these guys, Sergio, I couldn't, say, be here all night if I, tell you all the good things, about him. And so, come train with us, find out if you like it. Find out what, we're gonna start kids program. He has kids program. We wanna start a gi program, jiu-jitsu with gi, which we don't have yet. So, that's something we're working on. It's a new school, new thing, new place. We're working on all that. So,
all right. And so, new school, anti-bully program.
Yeah, definitely.
Strength and conditioning.
Kids, strength and conditioning, all of that.
Right on.
All of that.
And guided mentorship towards, building a better self-esteem.
Self-esteem, because without that, what do we have? We need purpose in life, and I think God, he without purpose, man, without meaning, it was kind of like going through the pandemic, guys losing jobs and things like that. You kind of lose your meaning, you lose your purpose, because you're a man, you're a provider.
Right, yeah. It can
so
be
we
depressing.
need purpose.
Yeah.
It is, man.
Yeah,
And
you
the
need
same
something to keep
as
that-
fighting.
yeah.
You start fighting, you're like, man, you can't make it your whole life. You can't make it everything you are. Fighting, all I am is fighting, because then what happens when you stop fighting?
Right, you ain't got nothing left.
Depression.
Yeah.
So it's like, you
Well,
have to be
you
able
find
to-
something else to channel that energy.
Yeah,
Like coaching.
yeah.
I mean, I get it.
Coaching.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was done playing football, coaching was
Yeah.
for me.
What are you gonna do?
Because like I said, I felt like I had the mask on. And
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah, and that's what
you
we're
still
made
got that
for.
passion, you still got that drive, and I'm sure you guys going to be successful. And I hope,
Yeah.
folks around here recognize what
Yeah.
you got right in their own backyard, and
I hope people will
support you guys.
get to know us and come see what we're all about. Yeah.
Well, I think what we need to do have a tournament or something out here. You know?
Oh yeah. Because
All
not
the
enough
schools
people,
or something,
people know about what we do and all that. It's very different in San Francisco. Moving out here, I moved out here 5-6 years ago, so I'm still trying to learn, the everything. So
Well, you got it, man. You on your way. I like the suit.
Thank you.
My man,
Appreciate
Dapper
it.
Dan over here, looking fresh. I felt bad, but I'm rocking my East County Muscle sweat top, so
Like it.
But I'm looking forward to seeing the product you churn out of this fine establishment here, and I know we got a lot of guys heading to nationals next.
Oh
next month.
Julian, William.
So
Man, I can't wait.
I'm going to be up there checking it out.
I can't wait, man. And you're gonna be surprised. There'll be a lot of titles coming back.
Well, I'll be here to help you guys, get the word out there about the accomplishments, man.
And there's a lot of work ahead of us this year, man.
All right.
Different than last year. So.
Coach, I hope to catch up with you later and maybe even get in there and roll around a little bit. Let you slam me around a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess you guys like to see that. Nah. All right. Well, hey, Coachpowell42 over here, and with Coach Osmar De Lima of De Lima Fight Team at the Team Salguera compound over here at 2600.
2640.
Oh, sorry, 2640.
Somerville, Antioch, California. Yeah.